In May 2024, the Department for Transport awarded £50 million to local authorities to make traffic signals more efficient. This included a £30 million traffic signals obsolescence grant, shared among authorities to fund replacement of unreliable and obsolete traffic signal equipment. Rotherham Metropolitan Borough Council received nearly £600,000 and spent it improving a specific important corridor, the A631.
We've identified 9 sites in particular, and then some of our own capital funding as well, to replace obsolete equipment on the A631 corridor. We've concentrated between the M1 and the M18, so it's a strategic route both locally and nationally, and we've replaced every set of signals apart from one, which will be done at a later time. So we've upgraded obsolete equipment, we've introduced new communications networks, which is a mixture of wireless kit and fibre optic communications, and that's enabled us to replace everything along this route. The added benefits for us have been improved journey times, which was unexpected, reduced wait times for pedestrians, so it's been a real win-win situation for us.
And the improvements have had an immediate effect.
Yeah, we've seen a 4% reduction in journey time along this corridor, and that's before we've even finished validating Mover, which is next on my list. And I think that just shows what the new equipment can do compared to the legacy. I think it's important that we let people know above us that just by upgrading traffic signals equipment, you can save a lot of time, a lot of money, and you don't have to effectively widen roads or put blacktop down, really.
Whereas we've kind of been focused on almost kind of curbs and concrete and kind of those larger scale investment processes, actually by investing in the infrastructure like traffic signals, where you don't just get the benefit of the renewed asset, which is obviously a critical element of how we manage our assets more generally, but also it demonstrates quite a lot of investment around journey time benefits, which are typically, seen quite quickly as a result of the traffic signal changes. They're more efficient.
New sensors are also used for both pedestrians and buses. This means that bus priority solutions were also included in the upgrade, speeding up journeys into the town.
This crossing with the bus priorities, we've used a lot of above ground technology. For example, on the bus gate itself, we've installed AGD 650 detectors, which can differentiate between vehicles, and it's currently set to only giving buses and cyclists a green light through there, so it stops any abuse of that signal, which is great for the bus companies. We've got a forward call facility now, which we didn't have in the past, where once the green man triggers on one side, a few seconds later the wait button will automatically cross on the other.
The value of the project was witnessed by the Department for Transport's head of road infrastructure technology.
It's great to be on site today. It's great to be in Rotherham and see the work that the Metropolitan Borough Council have done, spending DfT's TSOG, our traffic signal obsolescence grants money, on building new signals, on upgrading signals, on putting new equipment in, and on seeing the benefits not only of new equipment but also more efficient sites, better management of traffic, reduction in congestion, better facilities for pedestrians, and all the other things that come from just upgrading traffic signals. I think it's had maybe expected benefits that aren't always immediately obvious, in that if you do replace kit, things do get better, you do get a better service. That's part of the reason for doing this. And TSOG wasn't about only dealing with kit that was absolutely end of life and absolutely falling to pieces. It was about saying that good maintenance of equipment and maintaining equipment and replacing it when financially sensible to do so just improves things. And it does reduce your maintenance costs, it does improve facilities for road users, and it just makes the life easier for maintenance engineers and for the public.
And while there's been an immediate benefit for the people of Rotherham in the wider South Yorkshire Mayoral Combined Authority, there's an active plan to learn from this project for the wider good.
We've got various governance structures set up around South Yorkshire, of which the collective efforts of the team here in Rotherham, the team in Barnsley, Doncaster and Sheffield can all come together and share their experience of what works and what doesn't work. And that essentially goes into how we can kind of innovate our processes, but also get the right technology that can be applied on the kind of a regional setting to break down some of those barriers that we transition between local authority areas. Because as a member of the public, you often move between local authority areas without necessarily realising you have done. And this is one of the things that we're trying to break down as part of that wider investment package.
And as more local authorities report the effects of improvements they've made thanks to TSOG and GLF money, the hope is more funding can be found for more projects across the country.
engineers working in traffic signals always knew that if you did that, if you improve the equipment, you improve the service. The work that Rotherham and others have done have just proved that's the case. I think the other thing to say as well is the work that's happened here and elsewhere, and the fact that Rotherham have done a very coordinated corridor into the city, a very cohesive corridor, now allows us to do some proper stringent statistical analysis of this and model the actual economic benefits, which will only make it easier to make the case in the future for future investment in this area.
Whatever the future for central funding of traffic signals, the Rotherham project has proved that technology plays a key role in improving our transport infrastructure and delivered quicker journeys by foot, bike and bus as well as car.